my name is John, and I am leader of the opposition against the motion, this House would leave the EU. The EU, as we all know, is a supranational organisation that has helped to keep the peace in Europe, not repeating the mistakes of World War I and World War II, which were fought over solely on economic problems in Europe. We also, on the opposition, believe that the UK's place in the EU is vital for its survival and its continued prosperity and peace in the EU as well as the UK's. We in the opposition believe that, my first point will be that Britain would have to change its foreign affairs with other nations, especially in the EU, if it had to leave the organisation. Secondly, the effects on our agriculture and thus our economy would obviously be negative. Thirdly, we believe that what we put into the EU does not have an ultimately negative implication on us. In fact, it is actually quite good for us. So, onto my first point is that the foreign relations of Britain would have to be redesigned in such a way that we would have to rewrite our treaties with the whole of Europe. The treaties that we write with the EU are with treaties for every single country in the EU. Thus, if we go out of the EU, we get out of every single treaty that we wrote, which helps us to trade with Europe. As we said that Norway and with such countries as Norway and Iceland being able to trade with the EU, it's obvious that they also had to create foreign relations and trade treaties to do so within 50 years. And I'm not looking forward to another 50 years where we have to rewrite our economic prowess. And also, secondly, on the effects on agriculture. When we look at Britain, it's not exactly the most agricultural country. It rains half of the time, so not a lot of things can grow properly. But once we look at such countries as France and Spain, with France being 5 times as large than England itself, it totally puts us in an agricultural disadvantage to the rest of Europe. So when we believe that, the EU's help on agriculture is essential for our farmers to stay in business in such a vital time when we need them to stay in business. My third point will be what we actually put into the EU is not as bad as Eurosceptics believe it is. When we compare the 0.6% of our GDP is put into the EU, compare that to the 8.3% of our deficit, that is totally outnumbered. So we can't just say that 0.6% will then answer for the 8.3% deficit or debt that we are in. It's preposterous, it doesn't make sense. My colleagues will thus be building on what I have said, mainly my deputy, Thomas, will build on the economy and the competitiveness of Britain. So those were my points. My points were the redesigning of foreign affairs in Britain, the economy itself and its effects on agriculture, and what we actually put into the EU isn't as bad as people say it is. I was John Gallego. I was the opposition leader against this motion, and I'd like to thank you.